IVM.
So welcome to another week on IVM. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. This week on Simplified in a Shorty, Naren and Shrikant simplify the phenomena of near-death experiences with interesting cases and scientific theories. On Pragati, Pawan and Hamsani are joined by economic policy expert Yazad Jal to discuss negative and positive rights. On The Scene and the Unseen, Amit Verma is joined by stand-up comedian Aditi Mittal and our production controller Swati to discuss misogyny and popular culture. On Pulyabazi, Saurabh and Pranay speak to Shruti Rajgopalan about the meaning and importance of property rights in India. This week on Shunya One, we have Suchita Salwan, founder and CEO of LBP, a local recommendations platform striving to discover all things new and old. On Hustle Science, Ranveer and Tejaswan speak to their buddy, tech entrepreneur and founder of Hello Inc., Angad Nadkarni, to understand his coding craze and a lot more about his stories. And now, on to your shows.
Hi,
You're
listening to IVM
Daily. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of IVM Daily, and today we have with us Chanam. Hi. Abbas.
Hello.
Swati.
Hi.
And me, Survi.
Hi.
Hey everybody. God. Guys, today we're talking about the recent Forbes report about Kylie Jenner. Yep. So the report was about how 20-year-old Kylie Jenner built a $900 million fortune in less than 3 years.
I'm already feeling poor.
Yep, we're all poor. Abbas doesn't even have an umbrella, so
I don't.
yeah.
Yeah, I get wet in the rain. I think of Kylie Jenner and I'm like, never
But
mind.
do you cry there?
Pretend the rain drops your tears. No, the other way around.
Wow, we forgot the whole template of the joke. Guys, the joke is that when you cry in the rain, it's
Yeah.
because so nobody can see your tears.
Yeah, especially Kylie.
Especially Kylie.
Yeah.
Kylie actually doesn't really care about Abbas's tears.
Wow, guys.
Sorry.
I don't even have an umbrella. Stop insulting me.
Okay, moving on to this report, guys. So Forbes is calling her, Kylie Jenner, the self-made women of the year.
Right.
And Twitter has a lot of opinions. Like, I read a tweet that said, whoa, calling Kylie Jenner a self-made woman is like saying, I made soup and you just transferred it from the can into a bowl. So, I mean, that's another opinion. We just want to know your opinion, Jana. What do you think?
I wouldn't say she's completely self-made because obviously she comes from the family of Kardashians and Jenners and all of that. So she's always been that celebrity figure. So her just launching a cosmetic brand and, earning money out of it is something that, I don't know, it's not completely self-made.
Yeah, it's like partial self-made.
I like to see, Swati, do you have an opinion about this? Because I want to offer a counter opinion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're playing smart today.
No, I genuinely have a counterpoint. So do you?
No, I do have a point here, but my point is not related, or maybe related, but it's the larger context of promoting Kylie Jenner as the self-made woman billionaire, like Janam said, that she's not completely self-made, first of all, and secondly, the kind of icons we are creating for young people. That's what makes me think about this entire, the promotion of people through social media and all those things, where you are promoting certain heroes without even thinking the larger context of it, how they're going to affect the young minds and what kind of image they are going to create in their minds as heroes or as, people to follow.
So you're saying Kylie does not deserve the kind of attention that they're putting her on a pedestal, and she's not the ideal candidate for that.
Yes, I think making a hero out of this kind of success is something a bit too much to glorify.
Okay.
Yeah, especially to back that up, especially when she gave birth to a kid recently, and people started glorifying teenage pregnancies or what didn't.
Okay. So I have a counterpoint to that. Not the biggest Kylie Jenner expert on the panel here.
Wow.
But see, here's the thing. All of you are saying that she comes from a wealthy family and she already she was born with a silver spoon. Here's my opinion, okay? how do we know if it's easy to be a rich kid? We have many examples where rich kids throw away their wealth and they're found in a ditch because they become drug addicts or they become bankrupt. Okay. So maybe Kylie Jenner, the fact that at 20 or 21, she's actually taken the mantle of that wealth, that name. Sure, you can argue, hey, the Kardashians are just famous because they have a shitty reality show. But the fact of the matter is the show has been running for 10, 11 years or something, right? And maybe she does have a grain of entrepreneurship in her brain, that she's taking all this up and going ahead with it at such a young age. That's my opinion of it.
That's a good point. And I feel like now, like, I come to think of it, you know how in, like, when we joke on, like, a stand-up, basically, when you joke about a poor person, that's punching down.
Right.
But, like, technically, if you're joking about Kylie Jenner, that's kind of still, like, slightly punching down because we don't know where she's been and, like, and the pressure she's been through, basically.
Yeah, but Abbas's point, the point that he made about entrepreneurship and this, obviously no one has, the sole right of this idea of entrepreneurship where it comes from, whether from the rich person or the poor person. But then this, saying that self-made person, you have to define what self-made actually is. I mean, I think if you cannot have that broad definition of self-made where millionaires, kids, rich kids are also self-made in that sense, the poor person is. So you have to see the definition or the perception of self-made.
Okay, can I ask you another question?
Yes.
Do you think Donald Trump is a self-made person? His father was also a millionaire.
Many would argue yes.
Why?
Because, he was bankrupt at one point. He did so many businesses. And then, he rebuilt himself and became America's president.
Right.
So many would see his success as something, to glorify also, maybe. But I don't see it like that.
Okay, so my point kind of is that's a bigger life. I mean, Donald Trump has lived a longer life. But my point was essentially that just because you've inherited money doesn't mean that your life was easy. What you did with that money also makes sense. And I think Kylie Jenner hasn't blown it up yet.
I mean, yeah, but she's so close. I mean, she can't really blow it up because she doesn't even come to cross the legal age of drinking alcohol. She's 20.
So now
Once she reaches
Sure, I'll wait
21.
for that. But
Yes.
as compared to her sisters, she didn't get fame by putting out a sex tape. She hasn't been, she's not someone who's known for marrying a famous rapper or, of course, both those things are for Kim Kardashian because she's the most famous one, I guess. I don't know what the defining qualities are of the other sisters. But yeah, I think so far, from whatever I've heard of Kylie Jenner, she seems to be someone who's living her life the way she wants. And why should we criticize her for that?
No, but what do you think about her lip kit business?
Her what?
Her lip.
I heard kid and lip and okay. You mean her makeup?
Her new, like, her
Cosmetic
makeup
brand.
range. Yeah, basically.
I was actually going to ask you, have you tried it?
I have not tried it, but I've seen a bunch of, like, fake Kylie lip kits
Yeah.
in Sarojini and
Yeah.
like
Yeah, they're all over Bombay also.
I think this is why her business is scaling up because Sarojini, oh my god, they sell like anything. They sell like hot cakes in Sarojini and the fake ones. So
Right.
if she's getting money because of her fake ones also, this is why she's a millionaire, guys. Everyone.
They should have a family member called Sarojini Kardashian. That would be amazing.
She's a self-made woman
Sarojini
also.
Jenner.
Sarojini Jenner. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
that sounds
Good
so
one.
good.
You nailed it. Also, the report said the whole report said that she's also going to stop taking, like, the fillers that she uses, the lip fillers that she currently uses. So, I mean...
So that's what
yeah.
I was pointing at when I said that the heroes that you make out of people, such people,
Right.
you label them as self-made and all those people. You cannot detach such figures from, the context from where they come. So this lip job thing,
Right.
whatever, the injections and all those things, you cannot detach her figure from this fact that she has been a living, example of using this kind of
I get
treatments
you're saying she's kind
to
of
set
being
beauty standards or to fit into the beauty standards.
like a lab rat is essentially
Yes.
what you feel. I get your point, but again, to play devil's advocate, I would say that her elder sisters, Kim Kardashian, made this whole thing about her bottom.
Yes.
So the Kardashian sisters are known for that and they know how to handle it. Are they
No, but
great
that-
examples or to be set yes, I would agree with you. Probably not.
But that does not make something right or, something that you would want to follow or glorify. Like we've been using
Sure.
this word a lot. But I
Yes.
think media has a responsibility in here to play, to focus on things that are more important and things that, where you need to caution young minds that, okay, so this is the story. Of course, news reports are covering everything about her in this report also. But the image, if you see the cover story, the cover
Right.
page, the kind of image which is being used is larger than life. So what are you trying to project through that image? You are obviously putting that person on a pedestal where everyone is going to look up, not look down.
Fair enough. I see your point.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Coming back to your original point, do you think it's essential that in order to be a trendsetter or to be someone who is influential, it's necessary that it has to be a rags to riches story? You have to start off at the very bottom, and only when you garner your way up the top, only then it's authentic. If you already have certain advantages, you're disqualified from that race.
I mean, that is actually the definition of self-made in the dictionary, that you basically you becoming like a successful person unaided. So I mean, if your parents are millionaires, then I mean it's technically
doesn't-
not. Then it's just wealth. I mean, it's
It
like
doesn't certify that you will be a successful person just because your
No,
parents
but that's
come
like a
from
pole position. I mean, you're
Yeah.
starting not few, but I don't
This
know
is
how many
just-
steps ahead of someone who is just, struggling to be in that mainstream. You're already up there. You're
Are
not,
you saying Kylie Jenner's kid Stormy?
Right.
Are you saying she's going to be poor? Are you saying she's not going to
She's
become
not
an
going to be
influencer?
poor, but
She's
does
gonna
that
be
mean
her
you
own
take
star.
her achievements away? She
No.
didn't choose to be born
that's
in
what
that family.
achievement is another thing that
Achievement
we
is
need
another
to
thing.
actually,
Like if
decipher.
Stormy
that
starts her own podcast and maybe become
Who starts her own podcast?
Stormy, the Kylie Jenner's baby.
Her baby's called Stormy.
Stormy, yeah.
Exactly.
Even after all this scandal that happened with Trump, she stuck with that name. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, this is coming from a
Okay. The Stormy podcast. I'd listen to that podcast in my 80s.
You'll wait for that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean achievements. Yeah, if she makes something out of nothing and without.
Okay,
using
can I
wealth,
make ask a slightly controversial question? Everybody on this table, do you agree we come from privileged backgrounds?
Yep.
I would not say that. Privilege is something else.
Okay, 3 out of 4.
Yeah,
agree?
okay.
Do you think whatever you worked hard for in your life, where you are,
Very much.
is you shouldn't get credit for it because hey, you didn't go to you didn't live in a slum, or you didn't go to a school in a ground. You went to a nice school, you went to a nice college. You were brought up with certain privileges, and because where you are, it should be discredited because hey, we had a jump start because of our backgrounds.
Richness and privilege would also be very, very contextual and
Okay, everything has to have context, guys.
Yes, because my richness would be compared from someone else's richness. There would be a difference in that. So
I'm
you
not
cannot.
sure. Not taking anything away from the person who strives hard and gets to where he is if they come from an underprivileged background. But I think that's no reason to take away or discredit the other guys or the girls.
You're too kind to Jenner.
I think this is very
I'm just
subjective.
providing a counterpoint because all of you are like, "Arey, usko to sab kuch mila hai, guys. Arey, isko kaise cover
No,
pe
I
dal
think this
diya?"
is very subjective because I have, like you said, I have been brought up in a privileged family. I went to a good school and all of that. But at the same time, I have still been the breadwinner of my family since I was
Exactly,
16.
right?
So I I feel
And
like
you
I have
worked
earned
hard
it.
for exactly. Despite being from a privileged background.
Yeah.
So why can't Kylie feel like that? Let
I
her have her
I actually
moment.
agreed with your point later. After I heard her point and you said, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
But
There
Kylie
you go.
is
I
not
win,
a
guys. This was
breadwinner.
fun.
But Kylie is not a breadwinner. If you are playing that role in the family, your entire circumstances and attitude towards life would change.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the youngest one in my family, and I would not say that privilege, because privilege for me is something else.
Sure.
But even if you're able to go to a good school, you have a good upbringing and, resources and all those which your parents are able to, provide to you. But still, your condition or upbringing would be much different from someone who has been able to go to some, better institution, has access to better kind of facilities, I
Yeah,
would say,
yeah.
your personality and their personality would be completely different. Because
Sure.
the exposure is defined by your circumstances.
Yeah, exactly.
You cannot go beyond that.
I feel like we're going to have the same argument 5
Again
years
and
down the
again.
line when Ambani's kid is on some magazine cover and we're like, does he deserve this?
Oh God.
Abbas,
yes,
it's
yes.
you who does not have an umbrella.
I know,
Yeah.
that's where I am and I'm standing up for this rich kid. Guys,
You're so kind.
Guys, we've come a full circle. We're talking about Abbas's umbrella again. So I guess it's time to
That's
wrap
a
up.
wrap, yeah.
That's a wrap, guys. Thank you.
yeah.
That
Kylie,
was...
call me if you're listening to this.
Yeah, Kylie, you can reach out to us at IVM Podcast on Twitter and on Instagram. You can also reach out to us personally on our Instagrams and Twitters. Janam,
I'm on Twitter at Janam Devan.
Abbas.
I'm on Twitter at Abbas Momin and Abbas Momin88 on Instagram.
And I'm on Twitter, Swati Bakshi 02.
I'm also on Twitter at @SmallTalkPolice. And that's it for this episode of IVM Daily. See you next time.
Bye.
Did I just catch you on your way to work? Or did you end up pulling an all-nighter? Let me guess. You have a packed schedule for the day, the week, and probably the month and the year. That's a lot for your mind to handle, don't you think? This buzzing chaos also brings tons of negative thoughts. Am I right? Try spinning that bottle in a positive direction with me, Chetna, on the Positively Unlimited podcast, every Monday on IVM Podcasts. It's time to change your life one alphabet at a time.
Hello there, my name is Naveen Narona, and as a gay person in India, I get asked a lot of stupid questions.
Beta, is it LGBT or eligibility?
How do two men procreate?
Bro, is Grindr better than Tinder or what?
We answer all these questions and much more on my podcast, Keeping It Queer, where I talk to individuals from the LGBT community in India and learn about their personal stories. Catch all the episodes on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app you like. Till then, keep it queer.